For my birthday month, I am building a folio inspired by the poem De Mousevoort by Annie M.G Schmidt. I am building this folio one piece at a time, and I am giving you all the pieces to follow along with me and creating this adorable mouse family on their adventure to Bacon Rind City. Since this is the first day of the of building the mouse fort, I am going to walk you through what the entire kit is about. I am so excited about this. This is my childhood. I remember as a child singing this song from beginning to end. So I have all the lyrics here, and well, it's actually not even a song, it is a poem. And I do want to share with you as well what the poem is. I do want to read it out to you because I want you to understand where this is coming from. And this is a rough translation, but at least you will get the drift of what I am doing. So this is the mouse fort. And all that is the poem. It is by Annie M.G Schmidt, and I grew up with it. I learned it in kindergarten, and I always blurted it out whenever. So that is for my birthday. This is a gift to me, and I am giving it to you. So I really, really wanted to do this. So let's take a look at all the images. So here is the house of the Snort family. Then we have the limousine. Let's put this aside. Here is the road that they are taking, and this is a definite Dutch polder road, where you've got the ditch right here, or a little stream, or a river, or a canal, whatever it is, and the willow trees. This is a very common Dutch scene. Then we have the sign for the Snort family home, and the sign that is pointing in all the directions and to Bacon Rind City. Let's take a look at all our mice. I'm going to zoom you out a bit so you can see. So my thought behind it was I wanted to do it somewhat like a paper doll idea. So I wanted to have a mouse that you can dress up and do it that way. But then I also wanted to keep in mind that not everybody likes to dress their dolls. So I also made a paper doll that is already dressed. So it's two options in one image. So this is mom. And then we have dad with his pinstripe pants and his hat and the sweater vest and the button down shirt. Isn't he cool? I thought he was pretty cool. Then we have the oldest daughter in her white pants with a little peach top and a headband. We have baby Snort, and she's very cute, very pretty. Then we have the toddler. We have the other toddler, because mice, of course, have lots of babies. Then we go to the kindergartner. And I might name them. As we're going, I might name them. Then we have a school age. I love this one. I wanted something. I'm trying to stay as 50s as I possibly can, but how lovely is this? And then, of course, World Cup. I am Dutch. This kit is extremely Dutch. So, of course, we've got the oranje. We've got the orange for the Netherlands. And hopefully by the time I am releasing this video, we're still in it because we're still going to play against Morocco now. Then we have another one in her pretty little floral summer dress. And then I have one in nice play clothes. I thought that was so cool to do that, like just play clothes. Then we have the speech bubbles, thought bubbles. So that's their dreams as they're talking, and they're talking about the cheese tree, and they're talking about the bacon houses, and the square that is made out of pork rind. And look, they're hanging their tails in the stream of cream right there. Then here is a postcard from Bacon Rind City. And of course, the flat tire and the pole that was in the way. So that is the whole kit and caboodle. I am going to build the folio. I am building a folio, and I have this book that I've had for a long time, and I have taken all the pages out of it, and I think it is perfect to use as a folio cover for the base of the book. So you can actually like lay it open like that. I can put this right here and this right here on the front. So today's freebie is the house, the family house, and it goes kind of like that. So it is in two pieces and they fit together. So let's just get this built. What I want to do is I have some paint. I have 3 different colors paint, and because I kind of want it to look like old and you know, weathered. So I am using my Paper Artsy Fresco Finish chalk acrylics, and I am using vanilla, sand, and caramel. All 3 are opaque, so they are going to cover this blue very nicely. I think I want to give it a layer of gesso first. Okay, so I'm just going to give it a good coat of gesso to just cover the outside. I need this to all be gone. And it'll dry pretty quickly. Even though the humidity is crazy high today. It's been stormy and windy and yucky. Definitely not the end of June, beginning of July kind of weather. And there is that layer. And I'll just dry this quickly. So I'm just going to open this up and let this dry just a little bit further, because I did, it is partially dry, but not completely dry yet. So I'm just going to put gesso right here. So let's just close up the gesso, because I won't need that until I am ready to go to the inside, which won't be until tomorrow. And every day you get the freebie for what I am working with right then and there. So I'm going to grab a little sponge, and I'm just going to dip it into the darkest color for now. And I'm just going to kind of dab the color on. Rough color. So this is the caramel. And I'm just spreading it as far as it will go. There's a little bit of plastic right there, which is okay. Everything is going to get covered up anyway with the paper. Especially like the spots, like the franz, and all of that all needs to be covered properly. But I do want to give it a background right now. I may have to grab a little bit more of the caramel. Whoops. Well, I think I have enough now. But that's okay, because I still need it for the other side as well. And you can see, like, I'm not doing a fantastic job here. I'm just trying to get a base color on here. There we go. So I'm just going to put a little bit more here and there because it is dried. That is the thing with paper artsy paints. They dry super fast. So I want to make sure that I have some wet paint here so I can go in with the sand and kind of blend it together. I don't want it to be like, so that it looks like I just used like one color over top of another color. I kind of want to blend it together. And that's also why I'm just using the one sponge, because I can go back in with a little bit of the caramel and blend it through. I'm just going to, I'm just giving it like a mixed media background, just really what I'm doing. Okay, and then I'm going to pick up some of that vanilla and just keep going. Because the vanilla is just going to highlight here and there. So I'm just going back and forth with all the different colors and just trying to get something that looks fun and interesting. Now I could also stencil over top of this, and I might still do that. But I doubt it because I need to put the cover on it, right? Like I have the house that is going to go on here, and this is just a background to put that onto. I do really like it. I like how it looks. I think that looks beautiful. I'm planning on putting like some lace or something on here so that it will cover the spine. I don't want to do too much of paint on there, so I'm going to, or do I want to just put a coat of the, you know what, I'm just going to put this on here and then I'll go over it with the lace after. So I'm just putting some paint right there in the on the spine. It doesn't have to be perfect because it is going to be covered up, but I don't want any blue to show through. That is really my biggest concern. There we go. It doesn't have to be perfect. It just needs to have a little color. This is not totally dry yet, so I'm going to have to wait for a moment. Okay, the outside cover is completely dry, and I really like how it looks. So that part is done. Um, Once it was dry, I did cover the inside with gesso as well, so that all I have to do now is just paint on it, and I don't have to wait for the gesso to dry anymore. So I am ready for the next step. And so what I want is I want to be able to have this laying like this, and you have the farmhouse on the front, and then when you open it up, it's going to be the polar landscape with the car. When I put the front of the house on here, would it look okay if I put, oh, I like that. I like that. I like how that looks with the strip of lace coming out from behind there. So I'm going to cut it right here. Grabbing my scissors. And then I'm just going to cut a straight strip all the way to the other side. Yeah, I like how that looks. And then I can put this straight over top of it. So this will hold the other side down, but at least I have part of it hanging over top. I like how that looks. So I'm going to start by attaching it to the back here. So I know that I want this to be right here. And actually, instead of putting it to the back first, I am going to put this onto the spine. Like just this edge of the spine. And I'm using my 3-in-1 glue. Then I can fold this back a little bit and put 3-in-1 glue right there. So all the way to the top and along the back side and back up like that. And let's put some in between so that it is definitely not going to go anywhere. And I'm going to fold this back and stick it down. There we go. Now I need to attach this to here. Lay this down and try and center it as much as I can. And I'm going to grab my bone folder and I'm just going to spread that glue so that it is going to be even. And I'm also spreading it so that I know for sure that all the edges are attached nicely. And then I can put this right there. But before I do that, I want to do some other stuff to it. So I am just going to grab the back side and I'm going to attach that to the back, to the other end. Okay. And I'll grab my bone folder again. the front and the back. Now I am going to close it when I'm putting this on here so that I know for sure that it is going to easily open and close. But it does work because I can see it right here in the back that it's all good. So I can pull it just a little tighter and get it to sit properly. But first I want to kind of frame the outside. And I'm going to do that with my distressing. So I'm going to start, what do I have here? I have antique linen, walnut stain, and tea dye. I'm going to start with the walnut ink, then I'm going to blend that out with the antique, or with the tea dye, and then I'll blend that all the way back with the antique linen. And I don't want to use a lot, so I'm just kind of putting a little bit along here. I just want it to look old. Okay. And I'm just going to go do the exact same thing. And it doesn't look very tea dye, but it is. So you kind of get the combination of all the colors, and that is what is going to make this look old. Not fits. The antique linen. So I'm making sure that I have lots of antique linen on my brush, and I'm just going over, and that is toning it down, but it is also kind of blending it out. There we go. Now, I do want to put a little bit of some stenciling on here to accentuate the bricks. And I have a stencil that is also bricks. So I kind of want to go over it and make that stand out a little bit more. So I'm using my Distress Texture Paste Opaque, and I'm not using a lot. And I'm going from the bottom up. And I'm also putting it right here on the cover, because that is going to blend that all together just a little bit more. There we go. I like that. That looks good. I will color that after, but for right now, that is good. And I also want to make the glass in the lamp look like glass. So I am actually going to grab my glossy accents, and I'm going to put that on here. Okay. And I think I can glue this down on here now. I think that is fine. Yeah. So I am going to pull it, and I'm going to put glue right here and stick it in there. And the same thing, put glue and pull it so that I'm pulling it nice and tight and sticking it straight into the glue.
Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button so you don't miss a thing of the Snort family adventures to Bacon Rind City and the daily freebies. Bye!